Okay, today we're going to do a little supine cervical adjusting. I have evaluated Marissa and it's a pretty common pattern for her, C5, C2 combination. So we're going to start with C5 on the left and I'm going to do the much ballyhooed lock move. So this was taught by our professor, Dr. Lockenauer, and it's great for people with a little bit of curve reversal, folks who need a little more traction in the adjustment, and there's just a little bit of extra technique that goes into it as opposed to your regular supine. So we'll go ahead and get started. One thing that I always do and that I really appreciated is when I'm positioning someone's head, I just let it rest on the face paper. I don't try to hold it up. I don't try to keep control of it. I'm in complete control here, and she's very relaxed. There's no reason for her to be tense. So the contact for this is kind of the thumb web on the pillar. You can also kind of hook the spinous and pull it around. But basically, one of the things that you need to do to get this adjustment to work properly is you need a little bit of traction. So you want to have a firm grip on their occiput. I don't know if you can see, I have a finger down here stabilizing this segment right above where we're going to adjust. But you want to traction a little bit, and you want to tuck their chin slightly so there's a little bit of flexion. Okay, so you're going to open things up just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate this. Poor Marissa, she's been asking me for a neck adjustment all day, and we're going to go ahead and finally do that. So C5, this is a body left lock move. So I try to keep my elbow out of the way here. So you traction a little flexion. One thing to watch out for is you don't want to jam the sternocleidomastoid when you do that. So you really got to keep a wide thumb web and really get that kind of twist and bring it on around. Okay. Switch sides here, and now we're going to do a body right at C2, and we're going to use the good old-fashioned Palmer package Supine Diversified. So I'm going to make a contact right here on my index pillar, kind of on the knuckle, and the key to any of these adjustments is the patient has to be relaxed. So you don't want to put very much pressure in the muscle. You want to stay real light on the muscle, and you got to be fast. But when you're getting them into position, just take what they give you. Okay, so Marissa, when I turn her, she's got a lot of motion. I see some old codgers that have very stiff necks and a lot of mileage, and when I turn them that far. That's all they got, so I'm not going to try to force any more motion in there. You just take what they give you. Okay, so Marissa gives you a lot. She can really rotate, so you got to be a little more dramatic with that. But if they only turn a couple degrees, then you're going to make your thrust at a couple degrees. Okay? So like I said, real light in the muscle, and you just snap it. So I don't do any rotation. I preload the segment by turning her head, and then I just drive straight P to A. So I don't do any diversified rotary brake. Remember the first commandment, thou shalt not rotate the cervicals. People really appreciate that. So real light in the muscle. Take what she gives you, and that's it. So you can see my hand is sandwiched between the face paper and her head. And so I have complete control over what's going on, but her head, all the weight is resting on the face paper. My hand's just there to stabilize. So that's something I see a lot, is people will try to hold the head up and they'll try to really work both hands. I just focus on the one that's going to do the adjusting, and the other one is just sitting there stabilizing. So, hope this was helpful. little supine diversified adjusting. Thank you, Marissa, for letting us record this. Hope it helped.